Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Victoria. Happy spring or coming of spring, depending on when you're watching this. Today I felt really called to make this video all about what's blooming in your life this spring. Since, flowers bloom in spring usually, we also can bloom and change and grow a lot during this time. So I really wanted to see what's gonna come into our lives soon. And before I get onto the groups, I want to talk about something. I want to say a big thank you to all of you who, have been watching me for a while. Even if you haven't, if this is your first time watching, hi, nice to meet you. But I just wanted to give back in a way, and I really wanted to make a giveaway for 400 subscribers. I'm still not at 400 subscribers, but once I get to 400 subscribers, in the next video that I put out, I will tell you about the giveaway and how you can enter, and it will be a giveaway where you can win a free reading from me, any question that you want. So I really felt like, this was the right time to do this, because maybe someone out there needs help but doesn't particularly want to pay for a reading. So I'm excited and I hope that you are too. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so I can get to 400 and do this giveaway for all of you guys, which again, I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful, and I'm happy and glad that I'm able to, in a way, impact your life, even if it's in the smallest way. I'm really happy to be a part of your journey. Anyway, let's get on to the groups. Group number 1 here has this red aventurine, and I really felt like it reminds me of a flower. Group number 2 has this Lemurian quartz. And group number 3 is more of a weird one because it's on a chain, I guess. But it's this flower agate, and I thought it was perfect for, this video. So here you go, group number 3. So take your time, see which one draws you in the most, and then just move on to your part of the video. Timestamps are down below and in the comments. And yeah, I'll give you some time and start on group number 1. Hello, group number 1. Here is your crystal. There you go. And let's see what's blooming in your life. And group number 1, before I even start, looking at these cards, it really seems like you guys have just gone through a really hard part of your life. And this could have gone on for years, or this could have gone on for, just a few days. But it will be different for all of you, and most likely the situations, all of them will be different. But the point is that you have been through something really hard, and right now, what's coming for you this spring is, kind of the moment between the end and the beginning, and the new beginning. It's like after the rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. Just looking at the keywords, you can tell what's coming. Partly it is acceptance that what happened and it's over now. And it's kind of like a release and a relieving feeling. And I really feel like this is really a time for you to lay low here with the bracken. It's telling you that what's coming in your life is a time when you will be able to persevere and endure more than you could before. So if you're still going through something, if it's not fully over, things will get much easier because you'll understand new ways to make things easier for yourself. And part of that is by not really being much in the public eye and laying low. Really, if you're on social media a lot, it will be, completely going off grid or off social media, not posting where you are, what you're doing, what you're eating, not telling people. If you're not on social media, it would be not like constantly telling your friends or family like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm going here. Yeah, you don't need to update anyone. You can just lay low. You can just stay at home. Literally, this spring could be a time for you to really go more of like a hermit mode. Although spring is a nice time to go out and, smell the flowers, but, uh, you know, if your thing is to stay inside to kind of endure things more and better, then, if that's what helps you, then, go and do that. Yeah. And with the magnolia, like I said, a lot of perseverance and endurance is what's coming. So really doing this kind of in between time, it's still hard being in the in between time because it's like something just ended and you can feel that something will start or should start. Maybe you're not even sure if something new will start. Like imagine if you just lost your job and you're at a time where you're looking for a new job or you're like waiting for someone to answer you and it's kind of stressful and annoying. But what you really need to do is allow yourself to kind of accept that this time is here and to make the most out of it by, really focusing on your inner self and focusing on trying to have hope for the future and trying to get past this situation, this current situation. I feel like 3 cards but so much information in them, but I think it's a very empowering message because it's really telling you that you can get through this, you can endure, and if this is over, then don't worry because uh, there's still there's still some time until the really really highs start coming. But even if you're like here in the middle, you can persevere, or if you're low, you can still persevere and wait for that time when it's gonna get higher. Let's get some decks here and get some more cards out. I want to see if there's anything we can get from tarot decks. Only one deck. The Page of Swords. Oh. And the 9 of Cups. Feels like it's like a battle inside. I don't know why I said that. I guess maybe it's part of what I'm supposed to say. Like a battle inside you, to try to accept that you are enough and that you have enough and that you don't need this thing that just ended, or maybe nothing ended completely, but it's an end of your inner suffering. And it's you kind of blooming internally in your thought process and in your beliefs about yourself and your life and about what you have. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. It's really about accepting that what you have is, what's the quote that's really coming to me is that, you need to accept that life is happening for you, not to you. I feel like in the past you were really stuck in the, life is happening to me. Like, why are all these things happening to me? But now you're gonna move into more of like, everything is happening for me for a reason. So that's really growing more in that area, Maybe in communication as well. But that's why you're not going to talk to many people. Actually, interesting. This card just came out, the Queen of Wands. Right when I said communication, maybe it really is communication. Maybe you guys, some of you struggle with being social, and I really think you're gonna grow into that. But the way you grow into that is not by going out and trying to talk to people or like updating your social media or so on. The way you grow into that is by staying more with yourself, accepting yourself more, because part of why you're not comfortable around people fully yet is that you just don't see how good you are and how much you really have in life. I hope that makes sense. That's maybe not the thing that's gonna be for everyone. I feel like for some of you, maybe it will be something to do with also manifestation. really trying to manifest something. And I guess you can try to apply what I said before to the manifestation. So not constantly being on your phone or on social media or like with other people, and staying more with yourself and being grateful for what you have and accepting, yourself and what you have, your life. And then once you do that, I feel like you really start manifesting more, because you'll lift your vibration just by being more grateful and everything. I'm shuffling a lot. Can we get another card, please? For group number 1. Oh, okay, thank you. That's funny. Karma releasing. Move beyond drama and create your own path. Make room for good energy. How interesting, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I was talking about, really creating more good energy so that you can lift yourself up more. And it's really going to be with your thoughts. And maybe these situations, the hard one that you really went through, is something to do with a person. Maybe for a lot of you, it's going to be that someone either hurt you, or, you had a bad situation there. The best way I can explain that. And you'll really benefit from distancing yourself from that person and just everyone right now. More trying to get through things by yourself and making your own path and moving beyond the drama of other people. Forge, don't follow. Interesting. Because they're both talking about creating your own path. So maybe other people don't accept, exactly what you want to do. If that's the case, then that's definitely why you should not be, you should go more of like I said, a hermit mode time. So follow your intuition, and if you feel like you need to do something for yourself, then really do it. And do it before you tell other people. I think that's important here. That if you just start telling everyone, some people are not going to be, okay with what you might want to do. Or they might not be very supportive, and they might make you feel worse about things. And that's why you need to kind of have this more of acceptance of yourself and everything in life, and that life is happening for you. I feel like you really need to start creating something, but before you start creating something, it's really like a time before the bloom, right? Like after the rain, you're in a time where things aren't fully blooming. You are blooming yourself. You're going from this to this, but it's more of like an internal blooming. And it's you coming more into your power and not relying so much on other people and their opinions, because in your situation, most likely people around you are not going to give you good advice. So kind of keeping things more secret, and not involving yourself in drama, and being more grateful. And by doing that, you really start working on something bigger, because there is something, I can sense that there's something you guys are going to create later on, but first you need to really grow internally more. And if you've been feeling like you're growing for a long time, and you're like, oh, when am I gonna get to the point where I can stop growing and I can start doing and making stuff happen? Well, don't worry. I'm sure that will come. You just need to work this out. Enter the magic. Live in the now and seize the moment. Interesting. So if you guys really are feeling like what I just said, like you've been growing a lot, when are things gonna start happening? With this card coming out right when I was saying that, I really feel like you're being told to live in the now and seize the moment. If you want something, go and get it. Life is happening for you. If you want something, maybe it will come to you. And maybe you're the type of people that need to actually make a move for things, because there's people who they're like magnets. Things just come to them. But maybe you guys are the type that needs to go out there and get something and search for something. But the other card you got is so healing. And that really makes sense with all the other stuff I was saying to you. I feel like there's more there. There's more to heal there, and there's more to grow there, and grow especially in seeing your true selves and becoming more of your true self. So growing into your true self and aligning more with your true essence, as it says in this card. That's really what's gonna be happening for you this spring. So that's really exciting. You're gonna see big changes in yourself at some point. You're gonna notice. Maybe after spring, you'll be like, wow, I was so different before spring. And yeah, that's really amazing. And it might, again, you guys might feel like, when is this, when are things gonna actually start coming to me? Well, I feel like you guys need to make them happen. So make sure to remember that. Again, if you want something, try it and go and get it, Forge, don't follow. Let's get one more card here for you guys. Guardian angel of the world, allow yourself to grow with your angel's protective light shining all around you. Yeah, you're really growing internally. So allow yourself to grow internally. I feel like your spirit guides, your higher self, they're all here. Obviously your higher self is here. They are always there. But your spirit guides and angels and just beings who love you are around you, and they want to help you grow, and they want you to grow. So, allow yourself to really propel forward by releasing these dramatic people or things in your life, and seeing the value that it is in your life, seeing the beauty of your life, and healing yourself so you can move forward. But yeah, group number 1, I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Subscribe and like. I upload every Tuesday and Friday. And share this with anyone who you feel like might benefit from this video. And lastly, if you're interested in a personal reading, details are down below. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye! Hello, group number 2. Here is your crystal, and let's see what's blooming for you in your life this spring. So you got the daisy, the sacred waters, and the hawthorn. So group number 2, it really feels like now what's coming for you is something very, very nice, very relaxing, very chill, like a time for you to really practice self-care, meditate. Either you will be having more free time than usual in the spring, or you will make more free time for this. Because it really feels like with this daisy, there's an end to something, but also a rebirth. So it feels like something is really coming this spring or after spring, and you're either preparing for it if it's coming after spring, or part of it is that more free time. But also, yeah, some kind of connection might come. If something has ended for you recently, know that there will be something new that will replace it. And yeah, I really feel like taking time to rest and not feeling bad about it, not feeling bad about just taking time to meditate. Like, a lot of people feel like they need to constantly do something, constantly be productive, and you don't have to be like that. You can act when it's your time. So it's really interesting. I feel like for group number 1, it was a spoiler for group number 1. They were kind of more people that need to go out there to get something, but you guys are more people that need to wait for something. It's like there's no harm in waiting and being patient, and during that time of waiting for this new thing to come, you can allow yourself to rest from the past and everything. I really can see that now is a time when you're really gonna let go of something that I think already ended, but this is your time to let go of it. And yeah, a lot of this will be accomplished by resting and by doing some self-care. And by self-care, I don't just mean, take a bath with these kind of salts or wash your face, do makeup. I don't know, some people think that's self-care. Whatever, if you think that's self-care for you, then go and do it. But that can be doing things that you enjoy, doing things that you love, doing things that you really enjoyed as a child. Those are really important. So things like, if you as a child enjoyed dancing and singing, then now is the time to do that. It's not just, you're not supposed to just rest, of course, in this free time. You're gonna have a lot of free time to really I feel like connect more with yourself. That's really the thought that I'm getting, the message. That you're really gonna connect more with yourself by doing these self-care things. And again, if you love water, you can take a bath. But if you're not someone who really loves water, a bath is not really gonna be self-care for you. And just remember, what are the things that you gravitated the most when you were a child, and do those. And yeah, really, really finding something in yourself and reconnecting with yourself. That's gonna be really important for you. And it really feels like you're recharging as well. It says even rest and health, replenishment. Maybe some of you have been struggling with your health. There were a lot of viruses going around. So if you felt like your immune system was down a lot, now is the time to kind of replenish that. And part of it is just by resting. Maybe you were too stressed, doing too much stuff. And the Page of Wands. Interesting. So there is an idea of, starting something. Something is really starting, like a fire gonna start burning in you. I'm interested in the other cards as well. So let's see what other cards will come out. Oh, the High Priestess. Interesting, coming out together here next to the Hawthorn. Right when this card really talks about something hidden inside you, something that you will really find when you're in peace and meditation. So I feel like there's this fire in you to go and do stuff, but now is a better time for you to be more in water. Put yourself in water so that you can put out some of the unnecessary fires. Because you don't need to follow up on every single passion or thing that you think up. And the Three of Pentacles. If there are people around you that you like spending time with, who can help you, it will be really important to ask for help, I think, during this time, because I feel like this free time, it's not just gonna come out of nowhere for some of you. And it can really come from asking people to help you out with your, daily chores, with your work. But you really need this time, so allow yourself to get it. And don't feel bad. I feel like you guys will definitely be getting more of this free time. It's just whether you feel bad about it or not. And whether you keep thinking, oh, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Really allow yourself to, again, connect more with yourself. And there's a spark that you're looking for. It's not fully there. That's why it's the page here. Because there is a spark and it's there, but it's like really small. So you really need to dig deep inside yourself and allow yourself to the rest you deserve as well, so that this fire can go even higher, get bigger. I hope that makes sense, group number 2. Oh, this card came out really quickly. Care and compassion. Yeah, show yourself some care. I really feel like this card is about showing yourself care and compassion. I feel like there's always some group in the pick a cards where I have to tell people that they need to care for themselves. Why aren't you guys caring for yourselves? um, I get why, I'm human too. I get it. Um, but yeah, it's really, this is the time. March, April, May. This is the time when you'll be able to care more for yourself and show yourself the love you deserve, because it really feels like you've been neglecting yourself, and because of that there's a part of you that's still hidden deep inside you that's really feeling neglected, and that's why the fire is not as fiery as it can be. And the card we got here is wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. Yeah. So like I was saying, this fire, it needs time to build inside you. And it's literally, there's something there that will really ignite it, but you need to find it. And it's not even just in you finding things. Like I said before, I feel like you guys really need to wait for things to come to you. So things are still being woven. Not only are you maybe not fully ready for this thing to come, but maybe the other people, or whatever is also participating in this is also not fully ready. The situation, the people, yeah. So be patient, group number 2, and take this time of rest, because it's really important for you. And it's just a nice resting time. Go out and smell the flowers. The violet flame. Transmute all that is not love. Especially when it comes to your perception of yourself and your life. Transmute all that is not love, but also the other things in your life. What are you doing? Notice. How do you live your life? What do you eat? Is that good for you? What are your hobbies? What are the things that you spend your free time on? Are they actually serving you? Are they actually good for you? Are you having health problems? Can you do something to fix that? Is your back hurting? Could you do some kind of exercise that can fix that? There's so many things, but care for yourself and really let love in and let good things in and remove all of that bad stuff that, was a part of your life, because it's time to make a change and make things better. That's what March is, and not just March, that's what spring is gonna be like for you. March is not the only month for spring. Let's see. Ooh, this card came in with a bang. And here's why it came in with a bang. Access your gifts. Explore your treasure chest. Accept who you truly are. Maybe that's your whole thing, group number 2, that you're not really fully accepting yourself. Part of it is because I don't think you fully know yourself. So maybe that's why you're being told that, now it's time to dig deeper and find more things inside. I hope that makes sense, but really try to open your treasure chest and see all of your gifts, access them, so that in the future, when this is ready and when you are ready, things will start off amazingly. Really interesting that, again, spoiler for group number 1, but they're also kind of in this like waiting period. But it is quite different from your waiting period. So we can see the nuances in people's lives, and this is the last card for you, group number 2. Spring Song. Now is the time to start your life development plan. If you're not sure, just ask the angels for guidance. Honestly, I would say ask your higher self for guidance. Ask your true self for guidance. Or if you are a really strong believer in God, ask God for guidance. But that's where you will get the best guidance, because your higher self, planned out your life. Your higher self knows what you're supposed to be doing. So that's why it's best to really allow yourself to sit in meditation. Ask, what am I supposed to be doing now? What should I be doing now? And start making a plan if you're, feeling like frustrated with your life right now. So yeah, group number 2. This was quite an interesting reading. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, for the giveaway especially. And yeah, I really appreciate you watching and being here. Like and comment. And if you're interested in a personal reading, details are down below. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye! Hello, group number 3. Your crystal will be interesting to put here. Oh, so what's blooming in your life, group number 3? You got the Aconite, the Wastelands, and Oleander. So, looking at this, it's an interesting group, your group. It really feels like what's coming for you is, like it says here, a slow down of your life. Things are gonna slow down, and you are gonna slow down. I feel like you might go through a very confusing time. Really, time where you're feeling kind of like a transformation of yourself. I'm really interested in what other cards we're gonna get, but let's stick with this and see, what's gonna come out from these 3. It really feels like you're a bit burnt out from working, from just living, and it's really time, like it says here, to tend to your garden. And this is a time, it really feels like this will be a time when you will do that, but I feel like you'll do it in a way where, I don't know, maybe what's missing with you guys was that you're not feeling up to par with everyone else around you. If you're working around other people, or, there's competitors always, whatever field you're in, you might feel like, ooh, I'm not good enough, maybe. Or like, I feel like I hit, like the end there, to where my skills are gonna grow, the peak. And, other people are way better than me than that, at that. So I really feel like for you, it's gonna be a time where you're gonna try out new things, possibly, and expand other skills, because that's something that will really make you more unique as well. It's not that you're gonna be really good at this thing that you're doing now, it's that you have multiple skills, multiple strengths. And yeah, it really feels like a transformation of sorts, and acquiring more skills, learning more. This is really what this time of spring is gonna be like for you. But again, I really feel like with this Oleander, it's gonna be an uncertain time, maybe really hard for some of you. I mean, look at this card, how she looks, she's barely hanging on there. And maybe it's partly because you're not feeding yourself enough knowledge. Maybe you're the type of people that really like to learn, but you're not allowing yourself to learn new things, or you're saying, oh, I don't have time to learn new things. Oh, it's time to make time. And that's why things are maybe going to slow down. They're going to feel uncertain. They're going to feel like up in the air. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But there's a reason for that. And I really want to see what other cards you guys are going to get, so we can talk more about this situation. It feels so interesting. It really feels like for some of you it will be a hard time. But it doesn't have to be, I think. It never has to be hard. We kind of just make it hard. I guess it's what we think of a situation, and what we tell ourselves about it. If we tell ourselves, yeah, this is fine, I'm learning, I'm growing, then maybe it won't be as hard as you think. And the Justice here, this is really supposed to be happening in your life. I'm really feeling this. All of you, group 3, what you're gonna go through at this time, this you're meant to be going through. It's like you've been called to do this. And if it's something really hard and really even awful for some of you, know that this is something that you most likely contracted or really wanted to experience. So try to think of it in that way. Oh, the Eight of Cups. It could be an end to something, or you putting some things aside, things that you don't like anymore. Yeah, this spring, it feels like you will be turning your back on some things that were not serving you, so that you can kind of tend to your garden, tend to yourself, and allow yourself to slow down. Interesting. In the Six of Cups, if you guys have children or grandchildren or children around you, you might be spending a lot of time with them, and that will really help you. That will make you feel happier and, catch on some of that childhood joy. But I really feel like, oh, and I just saw when I was putting the deck back, the Three of Cups at the bottom. I don't usually take bottoms, but because I saw it, I really feel like this spring it would really benefit you guys if you allowed yourself to have fun. And especially have fun with learning new things, but also have fun with others. But I do want to get to these two together. I like I was saying, I feel like you guys really like learning new things. So you should allow yourself to learn the things that you are truly interested in. Maybe there's some things that you loved doing as kids and you feel like maybe I can start pursuing that now. Or maybe I can just learn about it more now. I loved it as a kid. Why not learn a bit more now? And really follow those instincts that you had when you were a kid of like what you liked doing. If you loved singing, maybe it's time to sing more. If you loved drawing, maybe it's time to draw more. Whatever you loved. If you loved playing sports, maybe it's time to play more. But yeah, you're really gonna be called to do something during this spring, and it's all for the best for you. It's really to get you away from a certain situation and from certain emotions, because it feels like whatever is happening in your life or just in the world, maybe even, is gonna really make you feel bad. And there's things that, you need to put away the bad feelings in a way. I don't know. It really feels like, because of the Oleander, emotions aren't gonna be your best friend in the spring. Maybe you'll have a lot of ups and downs. And that's why it's so important to focus on good things, things that make you happy, and focus on, following this call. And if you feel like you need to stop talking to someone, then stop talking to them. If you feel like you need to stop doing something, just stop doing it. If you feel like you need to stop eating something, even if you have like a full loaf of bread, throw it away. If you feel like, bread is not for you anymore, throw it away. If you feel like you don't want to drink anymore, throw the alcohol away. That's the kind of feeling that I'm feeling now. It's really a time for you to change and transform and make your life better, make everything better, because it feels like in the past you were just stuck to too many things that are not good for you. Hope that makes sense. Group number 3. And actually, this is really funny. This card came out in group number 2 as well. The Care and Compassion card. And again, I like in group number 2, I really feel like, especially coming out right when I was saying what I was saying, you guys really need to show yourself care and compassion. So again, if you've been drinking a lot and you follow the people that say alcohol can be healthy for you in small amounts, maybe it's time to reassess some of those thoughts and beliefs. Some of them, are right, some of them are not, and some of them are right for some people and some of them are not right for some people. So it's really time to follow your instincts on what is really good for you and what is not, because you really need to show yourself more care. A lot more. Maybe also helping others, but I really feel like it's a lot about helping yourself here. And following that call. Even if you feel like, oh, but do I have to stop eating this? Do I have to stop drinking this? Do I have to stop meeting this person? I have so much fun with them, but they're so bad for me, but I have so much fun with them. Yeah. Even if it's a family member sometimes, you know, sometimes you gotta do things that are hard, but they're gonna be good for you. This spring is gonna be like a spring cleaning for you guys. I really think that's your group's thing, spring cleaning. We got 2 cards out here. Breath of the Cosmos and Perspective. Ooh. Breath of the Cosmos, so it's really time to stop micromanaging things in your life. Allow yourself to have more fun. Allow yourself to just go out and do something if you feel like doing something. Stop micromanaging everything. Like, maybe this is a point where some of you might be too organized with things. Like, oh, I need to drink this in the morning, take this in the evening, do this at this time. Maybe it's time to be more spontaneous. And again, follow your inner call, follow what brings you joy, real joy. And Perspective is really a really interesting card, you know, always. Zooming out and seeing how, I mean, everything matters and nothing matters. These cards together really are giving me the message of stop thinking too deeply into things. Stop thinking too much about what this person might think of you or what, you know, this will do to you. Will it be okay? And why did this happen? Why did that happen? You know, it's time to stop overthinking things. Time to see them in another light. And cocoon of white light and rest in perfect love and understand oneness. Yeah. Really, love and compassion and care here are very important for you in the spring. So resting again, you know, this is gonna be a time where you will most likely make more time for yourself to rest and care for yourself more. But understanding oneness and you know, learning more things. I feel like you might start learning more about the universe as well as this breath of the cosmos. The way that it looks, it's like she's absorbing more of it, but also she's making it. So we need to understand that we're the creators of our own life. We're the creators of the universe. We're part of it. Every part of us is part of a bigger thing, of a bigger thing, and of a bigger thing, and then of source. And we're all part of this. We're all one. So I feel like really you're gonna start fully understanding it. If you feel like, I already know all of this stuff, I know. Well, I feel like in spring, you're really gonna know. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I get it now. Because sometimes I feel like I get these epiphanies, like, I know something, but then someone says it in a particular way, and I'm like, oh my god, that I understand it fully now. I know how to deal with it or how to fix it or how to, you know, what to do. So I feel like you're going to be having those kind of moments. Those are probably going to be the ups of the spring. And Flora's realm, be ready to empower yourself with love, for you're special. You are special, so don't forget that. Don't think of yourself as, you know, just a speck of dust here on the planet. You're here for a reason, and it's time for you to start realizing that and start doing more of maybe what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe you're too stuck in like your human life, but you're actually supposed to go out and do something else as well. And part of what you're supposed to do first here, I feel like, is learn and rest and care for yourself so that you can become stronger, become more knowledgeable about things, and then probably go out there and do more with all of that, with your healthy body and with your healthy mind and with your knowledgeable mind. Hope that makes sense. Group number 3. An interesting spring for sure. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in the giveaway especially. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!